everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I am Hannah. So today's video, as you can see it by the title, is another review on the Vault collection by JACLYN Hill. Now we've done the Ring the Alarm palette and we have done the Armed and Gorgeous, so if you haven't seen them they will be in the description if not in the cards. But today's video is on the third palette, which is on the Bling Boss palette. So I will be showing you swatches and a demo and like showing you how I create a certain look with this palette. So if you're interested in seeing what my thoughts are on this palette, then please stay tuned. And also if you're new here or you've just returned back to me and you haven't subscribed, it would mean the world if you could, and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on when I post. I'm going to show you what the colours look like if you haven't seen them already. So this is what the Bling Boss palette looks like. It's a beautiful like plumish purples in this palette, which is really nice. I really like the shade range. As I've said in my first video on the Armed and Gorgeous and on the Ring the Alarm, I love every colour, like every palette. There's 10 shades. I love every palette's colour scheme. I think she made this work. However, I just don't think, I'm worried that this pigmentation won't be enough as of like the Armed and Gorgeous palette. The thing I don't like about this palette, there's only 4 mattes and 6 shimmers. I'm not really a shimmery person, so I won't really go for the shimmers. I think the palette could have just done with maybe Bling Bling and then forgot about Glitz and Glam. I don't know, I just feel Glitz and Glam and Bling Bling are very similar. However, there's a slight like pink undertone and more of a rosy undertone, so I don't know. I'm going to swatch them for you. However, I don't think my swatches are any good. Swatches are not actually how the product performs on your eyes. Your swatches from your fingers can perform differently from a brush to your eyes, so don't judge the application of the swatches by how they actually perform. Okay, so these are swatches of the palette. They swatched, I think out of all 3 palettes so far, the Ring the Alarm, Armed and Gorgeous and the Bling Blush, this palette has swatched the best. There are some shades, like for example these 2, that didn't swatch great, however they are okay. The shimmers in this palette swatched exceptionally well. Now this colour right here, which is Berry Treasure, this is Berry Treasure. It comes off as a purpley black, but it has black with like gold glitter inside, so I'm not really actually feeling that shade. The shade does look a tad bit strange. However, I do really like the look of this purple gem, and yeah, I think so far the palette seems promising. I'm going to take my Morphe M573 brush, and I think first of all I'm actually going to dip into the Hush Hush. I actually am going to dip into the shade Hush Hush, which is this sort of beigey brown. I don't know what to describe that shade with, but I think that could be possibly be a transition shade. Okay, I think this is coming off more of a, could use this as a slight transition, but it's more greyish than anything. This is like a grey eyeshadow. Going into the shade Sparks, which is this sort of brick burgundy red colour, which I'm really looking forward to use. I am, as I said, going to bring this through the crease. I'm going to put this just in my crease and then all over the lid. Okay, so Sparks is coming off really nice. Let's see how it blends. I don't think we should have put Hush Hush in the crease. I don't know, it's just coming off a little bit not what I was expecting. Coming off a slight bit muddy, but I'm having to go in, as I said, loads of times just to get a certain payoff. My NYX number 17 brush and just start to blend the edges up into the brow bone, so there's sort of like a gradient, so it's not too hard, not any harsh lines or anything. I'm going to go in with my NYX number 16 brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of Rockstar, and I'm just going to put this in the outer corner and just start to bring it in. So I'm just going to put this in the outer V and bring it in. Okay, I think that's not showing up as much, but let me just... There's a gather of pigment, like it just looks really muddy here, do you see? But obviously we can cover that up with the like shade Gem. But obviously we can cover that up. So I'm going to go in with the shade Mystic, which is a deeper plumish brown. Like a pack-on definer brush majiggy thingy. And I'm going to start going in with Gem, and then I'm going to see if I can add a little bit of Ballsy and Berry Treasure in a moment. Actually no, I might actually a little bit of Pizzazz Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take Gem and I'm going to apply this all over the lid just to start seeing what we can create. So I'm going to take Gem. So you know what? I like this. Like, I like Gem. However, I feel like, don't get me wrong, the pigmentation is there. Like, boo, you're there. But I'm having to drag, like literally drag to place it on the lid. Now, I don't know if you won't need a glitter glue for this or anything, but I'm just feeling like you're gonna need to put a lot on and you literally have to drag. Like, I'm hurting my eyeball doing this. Morphe, I'm just gonna take a Morphe flat brush, spritz it, and I'm gonna go in with the shade Pizzazz just to see what type of shade we can build, because I don't know what's going on with this palette. Like, it's just messy. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just really, like, I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to take my Morphe M213 brush. Now, it's not looking terrible here, but in person it looks dreadful. So it's like Morphe M213 brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade Bling Bling, which is this like rosy sort of shade. I'm going to put this in my inner corner. So just right in my inner corner. Let me do my other eye. I'll put lashes on and then I will come back to you guys. Right guys, so I'm back. I did underneath my eyes. I was just a little bit, your girl was a little bit frustrated. I did go underneath my eyes with Rockstar and Sparks just underneath, and as I said in the inner corner I used Bling Bling. Now I'm going to keep this short for you. I don't like this palette. Like, I don't like it. I think if you look at it right now, it looks like it's been used for ages, and I've just gone in like use this palette for the first time. I was expecting more, but didn't get more. For those asking, on my lips I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Dead Roses. This is like a beautiful purple shade, and it really goes with the look. Yeah, I don't like the palette. I'm really disappointed with this whole Vault collection, because I was expecting it to be such like a big like reveal and a big product launch, and it just really wasn't for me. I think this is like one of the first Morphe products I just don't like at all. Like, as you can see, I don't know if you can see on my eyes, it's gathering. It didn't even blend under my eyes properly. I had to spend like 5 minutes literally blending. The shimmers weren't that great. The mattes weren't that great. I think the colour selection is nice, but I don't know what's gone on with this palette. Like, I'm so disappointed and upset, because like, I wouldn't recommend this palette at all. I would not recommend. I know loads of people have been messaging me saying, Hannah, mine's fine. I'm like, well, what is going on with mine then? Because I'm absolutely disappointed. Like, look at how ratchet they look, and I don't even go in with a lot. Like, they look so ratchet. This one's nearly half finished anyway. God knows. I'm just really disappointed. This was a complete fail for me. I think this palette was even worse than the Almond Gorgeous. Look, the only thing I can say that I like is that the shades are beautiful. Like, the shade range is absolutely beautiful. I think it looks decent on the eyes, don't get me wrong, but it's just not for me. This is a big no-no for me. I think this is like one of the first eyeshadow palettes that I've actually just like, I'm not going to touch this again. I will not touch this again. If I can try a different formula maybe, then maybe I'll go in with it, but I will not try this palette again. It's too much hassle. I think for a beginner, don't go for this palette. That is my review. I know it's quick and short. I'm really disappointed in this palette. I thought I was going to expect more from this palette, however, I haven't seen that. So I do hope you did enjoy my review. I hope I've helped you out on making a decision whether you want to get it or not. So yeah, that is my review on the palette. If you want to see close-up looks and things like that, please head over to my Instagram, follow my Instagram, which is at hanstluce. I love all of you. If you're new here and you just came over to watch my Bling Gloss tutorial, I would love if you could subscribe. I'm hoping to do dark magic tutorial in a few days, so please subscribe and stay tuned for that. If you did enjoy this video, give it a massive thumbs up for your girl. It would mean the absolute world, and I shall see you in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.